step into the shadows where reality blurs and imagination takes flight. Tales from the Twilight Realms invites you on a journey through mysterious worlds hidden between light and dark, where forgotten legends, eerie landscapes, and strange creatures await. Every story whispers secrets of realms untouched by time, where magic, danger, and wonder collide. In this series, the boundaries between myth and reality fade, revealing truths that linger at the edge of perception. Prepare to explore the unknown, awaken your curiosity, and embrace the thrill of discovery. Welcome to the Twilight Realms. In every culture and every era, humans have told stories of worlds that exist just beyond the veil of ordinary perception. From the shadowy underworlds of ancient myth to the enchanted forests of folklore, there is an enduring fascination with places where reality softens and the rules we know no longer apply. Tales from the Twilight Realms is a modern exploration of that fascination, a journey into realms suspended between light and shadow, where magic, mystery, and danger intermingle in ways that challenge our understanding of existence itself. At its core, the Twilight Realms are liminal spaces, thresholds between the known and unknown, the seen and unseen. Liminality has always held a special power in storytelling. Anthropologists and folklorists have long noted that societies mark transitional spaces, crossroads, doorways, forests, caves, and rivers, as places where the ordinary laws of life may be suspended. In the Twilight Realms, these thresholds are not merely symbolic, they are tangible, living landscapes. Here, rivers may flow backward, mountains may shift underfoot, and the air itself hums with the whispers of forgotten beings. This quality creates an environment ripe for stories of transformation, danger, and revelation, where heroes are tested and truths are revealed in unexpected ways. One of the most compelling aspects of Tales from the Twilight Realms is its focus on forgotten legends and hidden histories. Unlike traditional fantasy that often centers on kingdoms, wars, or grand quests, these tales dwell in the margins. They celebrate the overlooked, the liminal, and the uncanny. Creatures of the Twilight Realms are not always monstrous, nor are they entirely benevolent. They occupy a moral spectrum that reflects the complexities of life itself. A forest spirit may guide a lost traveler one day and mislead another the next, reflecting the inherent unpredictability of the realms they inhabit. Similarly, ancient ruins and abandoned cities are not merely backdrops. They are active participants in the narrative. Their silent stones and overgrown streets harboring memories, curses, and secrets waiting to be uncovered. The series emphasizes the interplay between the familiar and the unfamiliar. In one story, a village exists on the edge of a twilight forest, where shadows seem to move with intent, and children whisper of creatures that watch from the treetops. On the surface, life may appear ordinary. Villagers tend their gardens, light fires, and trade goods. Yet, the proximity to the Twilight Realm transforms these ordinary activities into acts fraught with meaning. A simple walk through the woods becomes a test of courage, observation, and intuition. Here, Tales from the Twilight Realms captures the essence of magical realism, where the fantastic is woven seamlessly into the fabric of everyday life. The narrative structure of these tales is deliberately fluid, mirroring the unstable nature of the realms themselves. Unlike linear storytelling, where beginnings, middles, and ends follow predictable patterns, the Twilight Realms operate on cycles, echoes, and layers. Time may loop back on itself, events may have multiple interpretations, and characters may encounter different versions of themselves or their choices. This narrative fluidity encourages readers and viewers to engage with the stories actively, to question the meaning of events, and to embrace uncertainty as a narrative device rather than a flaw. By doing so, the series reflects a core truth of myth. Life itself is often nonlinear, layered, and mysterious. Symbolism and allegory run deep in tales from the Twilight Realms. Every creature, object, and landscape is imbued with significance. A shadowy wolf may represent both fear and intuition. A river that runs uphill may signify the reversal of expectations or the difficulty of progress. A ruined castle may reflect the transience of power and ambition. By layering symbolism within the fantastical, the series encourages reflection on both personal and universal experiences. It asks questions. What do we fear in the unknown? How do we navigate uncertainty? What truths lie hidden in the spaces between light and shadow? These questions resonate across cultures and eras, giving the Twilight Realms a timeless quality. One of the most fascinating features of the Twilight Realms is their creatures, which are drawn from a synthesis of mythologies around the world. The series draws inspiration from European folklore, African myths, Native American legends, and Asian ghost stories, creating beings that feel both familiar and utterly new. For instance, a winged serpentine guardian may echo the dragons of Eastern tradition, while simultaneously reflecting the shape-shifting spirits of West African folklore. This blending of mythologies creates a sense of universality. The Twilight Realms are not bound to any single culture, but exist as a shared human fascination with liminal magical spaces. Through these creatures, the series explores themes of morality, choice, and consequence. Encounters with these beings are rarely simple. They challenge characters to confront their fears, desires, and limitations. A recurring theme in the Twilight Realms is transformation. Just as liminal spaces encourage change, the characters who venture into these realms often undergo profound shifts. These transformations may be physical, psychological, or spiritual. A timid villager may emerge as a courageous leader. A selfish traveler may learn empathy through trials. A curious child may uncover truths that alter the course of an entire community. The realm itself acts as a crucible, testing characters in ways that ordinary life cannot. In this sense, the Twilight Realms are more than settings. They are catalysts for growth, reflection, and self-discovery. Another defining element of the series is its tone, which balances wonder and unease. The Twilight Realms are breathtaking, filled with radiant forests, ethereal lights, and skies that shimmer with impossible colors. Yet, they are also unsettling. Shadows that move without source, whispers that hint at danger, landscapes that shift without warning. This balance between awe and fear mirrors the human experience with the unknown. We are drawn to mystery, yet instinctively wary of it. We seek knowledge, yet are humbled by what lies beyond comprehension. By maintaining this delicate equilibrium, Tales from the Twilight Realms captivates the imagination while keeping viewers and readers on edge, invested in both the beauty and peril of the stories. The series also explores the tension between memory and forgetting. Many of the realms are ancient, remnants of civilizations long vanished or hidden from the world. The stories embedded in these spaces are fragile, easily lost to time, yet they persist through whispers, symbols, and the occasional curious traveler. This emphasis on memory underscores a broader philosophical point. History, knowledge, and experience are never fully erased. Even in shadow, remnants of the past continue to shape the present. In this way, the Twilight Realms serve as both literal and metaphorical spaces where forgotten truths and hidden wisdom can be rediscovered. One of the unique strengths of Tales from the Twilight Realms lies in its immersive world building. Every forest, cave, and city is meticulously crafted, with details that reward close observation. The flora and fauna are described with precision, each with its own ecological and magical significance. Landscapes shift with seasons, weather, and the moods of the realms themselves. Ruins reveal hints of ancient societies, their architecture reflecting lost technologies, rituals, and beliefs. This attention to detail allows the audience to inhabit the Twilight Realms fully, creating an experience that feels tactile, alive, and immersive. Moreover, the series frequently incorporates meta-narrative elements, blurring the boundary between story and storyteller. Characters may find themselves reading ancient manuscripts that foreshadow their own journeys, or they may encounter versions of themselves from alternate timelines. These devices reinforce the idea that stories are living entities, capable of shaping reality as much as reflecting it. By drawing attention to the act of storytelling itself, the Twilight Realms invite reflection on the power of myths, legends, and narratives in human life. Stories are not merely entertainment. They are tools for understanding, teaching, and connecting across time and culture. While the series celebrates the fantastical, it is grounded in universal human experiences: curiosity, fear, courage, loss, and hope. The Twilight Realms, with all their wonders and dangers, serve as mirrors for the human psyche. They ask us to confront our shadows, explore our desires, and navigate uncertainty with courage and wisdom. Each tale is, at its heart, a meditation on what it means to be human in a world that is vast, mysterious, and often inexplicable. Through these stories, audiences encounter themselves as much as the realms themselves. The reception of tales from the Twilight Realms demonstrates a hunger for stories that balance mystery, depth, and imagination. In a world dominated by linear, formulaic storytelling, these tales offer a respite, a chance to slow down, observe, and wonder. They appeal to both adults and younger audiences, resonating with anyone who has felt the pull of the unknown or the thrill of discovery. In digital platforms such as YouTube, the series comes alive through visuals, soundscapes, and narration, enhancing the immersive quality of the tales and allowing audiences to experience the Twilight Realms as living, breathing worlds. Finally, the enduring power of tales from the Twilight Realms lies in its invitation. It asks its audience to step beyond the familiar, to explore the edges of imagination, and to embrace the uncertainty and beauty of liminal spaces. These are stories that linger, that echo in the mind long after the final scene, whispering of hidden paths, forgotten legends, and the eternal dance between light and shadow. In an age where the known often overwhelms the unknown, the Twilight Realms remind us that mystery is not something to fear. It is something to explore, cherish, and learn from. In conclusion, Tales from the Twilight Realms is more than a collection of stories. It is an exploration of human curiosity, imagination, and the power of liminal spaces. Through richly drawn landscapes, morally complex creatures, and narratives that weave the ordinary with the extraordinary, the series invites its audience into realms where magic and reality coexist. It celebrates the beauty of uncertainty, the thrill of discovery, and the transformative power of encountering the unknown. By doing so, it carries forward the timeless tradition of myth-making while creating something wholly modern, immersive, and unforgettable. The Twilight Realms exist between what we know and what we dare to imagine, and within them, every story is a doorway, waiting for those bold enough to step through. Stepping beyond the veil. In every culture, humanity has told stories of worlds just beyond ordinary perception. These are places where shadows conceal secrets, where forests and mountains breathe with life, and where time does not always flow as expected. Tales from the Twilight Realms invites viewers on such a journey, into liminal spaces where magic and reality intertwine, and where adventure, danger, and wonder coexist. The Twilight Realms are not merely imaginary landscapes. They are thresholds, spaces between light and dark, the familiar and the unknown. Every story is a doorway, every shadow a hint, and every creature a reflection of the mysteries that lie just beyond the edge of comprehension. This series is designed not only to entertain, but also to engage the imagination, challenging audiences to confront the unknown while reflecting on the human experience. Chapter 1. Understanding the Twilight Realms. The core concept of the Twilight Realms revolves around liminality, the in-between spaces where ordinary rules falter. Anthropologists note that societies often mark transitional areas, like crossroads or forests, as sacred or dangerous. In the Twilight Realms, these thresholds are alive. Rivers may flow backward, mountains may shift, and the air itself may carry the whispers of forgotten beings. Liminal spaces hold transformative power. Characters who enter the Twilight Realms face tests of courage, morality, and perception. Ordinary actions, like walking through a forest or crossing a river, become acts with profound consequences. By emphasizing liminality, the series taps into a timeless fascination, the human desire to explore, understand, and sometimes survive the unknown. Chapter 2. Forgotten Legends and Hidden Histories. Unlike conventional fantasy stories focused on kingdoms and wars, the Twilight Realms dwell in the margins. The series celebrates forgotten legends and hidden histories, bringing to life creatures and civilizations often overlooked. Creatures in these realms are morally complex. A forest spirit may guide a lost traveler one day and mislead another the next. Abandoned ruins and overgrown cities serve as active participants in the narrative, harboring ancient memories, curses, and secrets. By exploring these marginal spaces, Tales from the Twilight Realms reminds us that history and memory are never truly lost. They persist, quietly shaping the world and challenging those willing to explore the unknown. Chapter 3. Blurring the Familiar and the Unknown. The Twilight Realms thrive on the tension between the familiar and the unfamiliar. A seemingly ordinary village may border a mystical forest where shadows shift with intent, and the wind carries voices that may or may not be real. Life appears normal. Villagers work, trade, and celebrate. But proximity to the Twilight Realm transforms everyday acts into extraordinary adventures. This blending mirrors magical realism. Ordinary life intersects with the fantastic, creating a narrative that is immersive and unpredictable. By merging the known with the mysterious, the series keeps audiences on edge, inviting them to question reality and embrace imagination. Chapter 4. Narrative Fluidity and Time. Time in the Twilight Realms is not linear. Events may repeat in cycles, echo across dimensions, or present alternate versions of themselves. Characters might encounter past or future versions of themselves, revealing choices that ripple across reality. This fluidity challenges conventional storytelling. Instead of a predictable arc, the series emphasizes experience, reflection, and discovery. Audiences are encouraged to engage actively with the narrative, interpreting events through both rational and intuitive lenses. The Twilight Realms, in this way, mirror real-life complexity, where cause and effect are rarely straightforward, and the unknown often defies explanation. Chapter 5. Symbolism and Allegory. Every element in the Twilight Realms carries meaning. Creatures, landscapes, and objects are symbolic. A winged serpent may embody wisdom and danger. A river flowing uphill represents the reversal of expectations. A ruined castle signifies the impermanence of power. These layers of allegory encourage audiences to look beyond surface events and consider deeper truths. The Twilight Realms explore questions central to human experience. What do we fear? What drives our curiosity? How do we navigate moral complexity? Through rich symbolism, every story becomes a meditation on existence itself. Chapter 6. Creatures of the Twilight Realms. Creatures are a defining feature of the series, drawn from global mythologies. European, African, Asian, and indigenous legends converge to form beings both familiar and entirely new. For example, a winged serpentine guardian may echo Eastern dragons while reflecting West African shape-shifting spirits. Such hybridization emphasizes universality. The Twilight Realms are not tied to a single culture, but instead reflect humanity's shared fascination with the mysterious and the magical. Encounters with these creatures are rarely simple. They challenge characters morally and psychologically, forcing them to confront fears, desires, and limitations. Through these encounters, the series explores the moral complexity of the unknown. Chapter 7: Transformation and Growth. Transformation is central to the Twilight Realms. Characters entering these liminal spaces often undergo profound changes, physical, psychological, or spiritual. A timid villager may become a courageous leader. A selfish traveler may learn empathy. A curious child may uncover truths shaping their entire community. The realms act as crucibles, accelerating growth and self-discovery in ways ordinary life cannot. Transformation in the Twilight Realms is not optional. It is the inevitable consequence of engaging with the unknown. Chapter 8: Tone and Atmosphere. The series balances awe and unease. The Twilight Realms are breathtaking, with ethereal forests, shimmering skies, and radiant landscapes. Yet they are unsettling. Shadows move without source, whispers hint at danger, and familiar paths shift unexpectedly. This duality mirrors the human response to the unknown, drawn to mystery, yet wary of risk. By maintaining this balance, the series immerses audiences in wonder while keeping them alert, heightening both engagement and emotional investment. Chapter 9: Memory, History, and Echoes of the Past. Many realms in the series are ancient, remnants of long-lost civilizations. Their stories are fragile, preserved in ruins, symbols, and whispers. This focus on memory emphasizes that even in shadow, the past influences the present. Through exploration of these spaces, audiences are reminded that history is layered, complex, and often hidden. The Twilight Realms act as living archives, preserving wisdom, cautionary tales, and glimpses of forgotten worlds. In doing so, they highlight the importance of curiosity and remembrance in shaping our understanding of existence. Chapter 10: Immersive World Building. Every location in the Twilight Realms is meticulously detailed. Forests, rivers, caves, and ruins are described with ecological, magical, and historical depth. Seasons change, landscapes shift, and even the moods of the realms affect events. This careful world building allows audiences to inhabit the realms fully. Visual cues, soundscapes, and narrative detail combine to create a living, breathing environment, enhancing immersion and making the realms feel tangible, mysterious, and alive. Chapter 11: Meta-narratives and Storytelling. The series often includes meta-narrative elements, where characters encounter texts, prophecies, or alternate versions of themselves that reflect or foreshadow their journey. This self-referential storytelling highlights the power of myths and narratives. Stories are not mere entertainment. They shape reality, influence perception, and guide human behavior. The Twilight Realms remind viewers that narratives are tools for understanding both the world and ourselves. Chapter 12: Human Themes and Universal Experiences. While the Twilight Realms are fantastical, their themes are profoundly human: curiosity, fear, courage, loss, hope, and transformation. Each tale reflects the challenges of navigating uncertainty, confronting the unknown, and discovering hidden truths. Audiences encounter themselves through the narratives, finding parallels between their personal journeys and the challenges faced by characters. In this way, the Twilight Realms serve as mirrors, reflecting both the extraordinary and the familiar in human experience. Chapter 13. Reception and Audience Engagement. The series resonates with viewers seeking stories that balance mystery, depth, and imagination. Unlike formulaic narratives, the Twilight Realms encourage reflection, curiosity, and active engagement. On platforms like YouTube, the tales come alive through narration, visuals, and sound design, allowing audiences to experience the realms as immersive, interactive worlds. The combination of storytelling, world-building, and symbolism creates an experience that is both entertaining and intellectually stimulating. Chapter 14. Invitation to Explore. The enduring power of tales from the Twilight Realms lies in its invitation. Step beyond the familiar, explore the unknown, and embrace the beauty and danger of liminal spaces. The series asks viewers to confront uncertainty with courage, curiosity, and imagination. Every shadow is a story, every whisper a secret, and every path a possibility. The Twilight Realms exist between what we know and what we dare to imagine, reminding us that mystery is not something to fear. It is something to explore, understand, and cherish. The eternal dance of light and shadow. In the end, Tales from the Twilight Realms is more than a collection of fantastical stories. It is a meditation on imagination, human curiosity, and the transformative power of encountering the unknown. Through richly drawn landscapes, morally complex creatures, symbolic narratives, and immersive storytelling, the series invites audiences into realms where magic and reality coexist. It celebrates the thrill of discovery, the lessons of the past, and the wisdom gained from navigating uncertainty. The Twilight Realms remind us that stories endure, guiding us, challenging us, and inspiring us to explore the spaces between light and shadow. Step through the veil. Embrace the mystery. Enter the Twilight Realms. As our journey through the Twilight Realms comes to an end, remember, every shadow hides a story, every whisper hints at a secret, and every realm holds wonders yet to be discovered. If tonight's tales stirred your imagination or sent shivers down your spine, there are countless more waiting just beyond the veil. Subscribe, join our community of explorers, and step with us into the unknown again and again. Until then, keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your heart ready for the next adventure. The Twilight Realms are never truly gone. They're only a story away.